Now, this is a quick message we sent her because, again, insurance can't get in contact with her. So we're telling her, hey, we need you to email our insurance company. They need this information from you, right? In order for them to be able to do what they're doing for us. Everyone needs communication from you, right? So that's what this quick text message here is about. You can see we don't get a response from her, but we assumed that she got it and she was going to do what she needed to do. Now you can see this message right here. We're sending her. She never responded to the last message, so we're sending her this message like, "Hey, we need to know you have an update for us. We haven't heard from the insurance company, so we're trying to get ahead of it, get an update from you to see if you have a move-in date from us." Um, and she responds like, "Surf Pro hasn't done their part. Something." Okay, yada yada yada. My girl responds, and then she says, she got too excited because, like I said, y'all, it's a lot going on this time. Like, my girl is under a lot of stress. She had caught a double ear infection during that time. She caught the double ear infection. She's suffering from a lot. Like, she's having panic attacks. Because again, we're being attacked outside of that as well, right? We still got these people trying to break us up. You know what I'm saying? So on top of the stress and stuff, we got all that going on. All right, so she got a double infection. She's having panic attacks. I got my own stress going on because I know what's going on. You got these people trying to feed us food. I'm telling my girl, don't take nothing that they give you. I'm not telling her why yet, but I'm just telling her, like, don't take nothing they're giving you, this, that, and the third. So it's a lot going on. Now, mind you, I talked to Surf Pro myself. Okay, I went to the house while they were there and they told me that they couldn't get in contact with her. Okay, so they're like, no, we've done our part. They're like, we sent her this information and she's not responding to us, so we can't close it out or know what the next step is without conversating with her. And I know it's true because our insurance company couldn't get in contact with her. So it wasn't Serpro that was behind or anything. It was everybody was waiting for her. Okay. All right, boom. So now this is the next day, May 23rd. This is a message that we sent out to Ashley like, yo, our insurance company has told us to start looking for a new place. They literally told us this on the phone, y'all, because they had so much trouble getting in contact with her and they didn't understand why the process was taking so long. They said usually it doesn't take this long, because they deal with this. It's the insurance company, they do this every day. So they was like, they literally told us on the phone, maybe you guys need to start looking for a new place, right? So we're transferring this information over to Ashley, like, yo, we got the information from our own insurance company that we need to start looking for a new place because our renters insurance will only hold us for another uh few weeks, right? And it's like once that runs out, you know, the place that we rented from you is up in shambles, so we can't move back in there. And it's like, we're coming, we've been patient, we've been understanding, even though you're hard to get in contact with, even though I'm talking to Serpro and they're telling us it's you and not them. It's like, bro, we coming down to the end of the rope now. We're gonna spend 2 weeks in that place. I told y'all my girl's stressed out. She's having panic attacks, double ear infection. We got all the stuff, the lies and the rumors that have been spread on me outside of that. I had dealt with the court issues for the crime I didn't commit, right? It's like we got all this stuff going on, right? We had just dropped 6 grand into that, into me having to pay that court thing off, so they wouldn't lock me up for 5 years for a crime I didn't commit. Because I told you that I was trying to frame me at this time, so I had to pay that 6 grand because that's how much it costs, um, for the grand Lawson charge that they gave me for the dude lying saying I stole his car. So I dropped the 6 grand on that. It's like, bro, we got a lot going on, and we just waiting for you. Okay, so that text we sent her on the 23rd, no response, y'all, no response. So now we on the 28th. Okay, this is 5 days later, and we sent her another message like, "Yo, okay, we had came to the conclusion that we were just gonna stay there. We, it's like we don't want to deal with the stress of having to move all our stuff out of this place that we spent 2 weeks in, right? We bought the U-Haul and all that to spend 2 weeks in there. Now we just want to get back into the place that we actually paid to get into. So it's like we're telling her, hey, we come to the conclusion that we're not going to move. We're going to stay with you. We just need to know what's going on. It's like we need to update. You are not responding to us. You aren't responding to our insurance company. No one is telling us what's going on. Every day we just sitting in this hotel with our animals, right? Dealing with all this other chaotic stuff that people attacking us. And we just need an update from you. You can see right here, she says she will have a response for us tomorrow. Okay? Tomorrow's comes, you can see right here, No response. So we reach out to her the next day because our insurance company called us and said we was gonna have to be out of the hotel the next morning. Why? Because that's what Ashley told them. She told them that the place would be done. So the insurance company is saying, hey, you're gonna have to be out, right? So we hit her up like, yo, we were supposed to hear back from you yesterday. You told us you was gonna give us an update yesterday. We didn't hear back from you. We need you to contact our insurance company because they're telling us that we gotta be out, right? And we have no update, none of that from you. Now you can see right here it says she called twice and email, which okay. And then my girl responds like, okay, well she's literally on hold with them at the moment, and she's asking her to give us the update so we can share with them. She tells us, unfortunately, it's still not ready. That's what she tells us. Now, y'all watch this. Watch how interesting this whole situation is about to get. I cannot make this stuff up, bro. And you can see right here, we say like, yo, I could do the work. It's like, bro, we've been waiting for so long. Like, just put me in, coach. Right? It's like I could do all the work. You know what I'm saying? And you could just take out my insurance. I mean, out of the rent. But we understand you're going through insurance. She didn't respond, obviously, right? Now this is where it gets crazy. All right, so y'all remember Leanne, right? That's the girl that worked at my girl job, right? The one that she hired. Okay. Now, hit me out, bro. So our insurance company was telling us, y'all know, they suggested for us that we sponsor us to go, and we didn't do that. We was like, we're gonna stick it out. Well, now because they're seeing what we're going through, the lady is talking to my girl on the phone like she's blown. She's like, I've never seen a situation like this happen before. She was like, maybe you guys need to get a lawyer. That's what she's telling us. She was like, you need to go find you a lawyer and see if your lawyer can help you square it away. Now, at this time, y'all know I already got a lawyer, right? So I was taking the suggestions from my lawyer, and then we was like, we was talking about it at work. Like my girl was talking about it at work. It's only two girls in the office with her, so she's talking to them about it at work. Mind you, my girl don't know fully what's going on at the time because I'm not telling her because she's already stressed, right? So I don't want to add stress like, yo, by the way, the girls at your job trying to kill us, right? They the ones mess. You know what I mean? Like I ain't trying to do that. So Leanne, right now, mind you, Leanne is the one I already put the video out. She's the one that helped vandalize the Jeep. Her husband vandalized our Jeep and our car, right? They were the ones that was messing with her Jeep, like taking the weights and stuff off the Jeep. When she was in the office, they kept messing with the Jeep, and they was the ones poisoning us and right all that type of stuff. Okay, so Leanne suggests now we didn't have the Jeep at this time. Okay, we had two cars, but I didn't buy my girl's Jeep yet. Okay, so they wasn't vandalizing the Jeep yet. Okay, they hadn't vandalized my white car yet. Okay, listen to me. Okay, but I knew that it was racist. You know, I knew they didn't like me. This that, and third. So my girl's at work and she's talking about how an insurance company tells us to get a lawyer. Leanne suggests us to a lawyer. Okay, so we're like, so my girl's like, hey, so Leanne suggested us to go to this lawyer office. She was like, she said that the Lord will be able to help us. Listen, y'all, I can't make this up. She was like, the Lord will be to help us. So we like, okay, cool. So we go to the lawyer's office on the 11th of June. Okay, so mind y'all, we've been out of the house this entire time. We signed our lease on the 24th of March. We had the refrigerator issue as soon as we moved in, the microwave issue, and then the pipe blew on the 13th, and then we moved out the following week, right? So we was only in the apartment a total of 2 weeks, in the townhouse, a total of 2 weeks. Okay, so from then, from like the maybe 17th of April until now, June 11th, we've been in the hotel. Okay, with our animals and everything. My girl's stressed, all that. So the girl's like, okay, we'll go to the Lord's office. So we go to this office, right? Now, y'all know I'm not gonna lie on God, okay? You can ask my girl. All right, I don't have a reason to lie. We pull up to the office, okay? As soon as I get out the car, we start walking into the building, and I heard God tells me, watch this. That's what God tell me. Okay, I'm like, watch this, okay? So I get in the elevator. We get in the elevator to go up, and I tell my girl, I was like, babe, God just told me to watch this. She looked at me. She was like, why? And I was like, I was like, but something's about to happen. So I told her, y'all, I hand to God, okay? And she'll tell you, like, this what I told her. We get up to the Lord's office. A girl come out from the back, okay? She's like, hey, how can I help you? We tell her, like, hey, so we having problems with renter with our landlord. You know, sewage water downstairs. We had to sit in sewage water for a week before we left. She didn't even suggest us to leave. We left on our own, blah, blah, blah. The girl goes in the back. She's like, okay, let me go in the back. She gets our address and stuff. The girl comes back out and she looks at us and said, conflict of interest. We can't help you. That's what the girl said. I immediately grabbed my girl. I said, come on, let's go. That's exactly what I said. All we said was thank you. I grabbed my girl. We walked out that office. Boom. On the way to the car, I tell my girl, he is the silent partner because I knew it was a silent partner. I knew it was another person that owned the townhouses we was living in. I told her, I said, he is a silent partner. Okay, can't make this up. We hurry up and jump in the car. Soon as we get in the car, y'all, soon as we get in the car, the property manager calls us. Okay, and then she sends this text. Look at the text. And I'm gonna show you that's true. Look at the text. It says, hey, just call and give you an update. Everything's gonna be completed by next week. Okay, I'm gonna prove to you that he was a silent partner. I'm gonna prove to you what actually the intention of this was. Look at the message that my girl sent Leanne. Look at it. It says, so they can't help us. Bill is a silent partner. Okay. Then she says the girl name. She says, Nicole texted me and said, conflict of interest, don't tell me nothing. Then my girl replied, we are laughing so hard, this is insane. And then the girl told her, all I can say is that the office is buzzing right now. Do y'all see what happened? Leanne suggested us to go to this lawyer's office because she knew that he was a silent partner. You understand what I'm saying? Not only that, but the girl that we was talking to, Nicole, is Leanne's daughter's wife. Bro, I cannot make this up, bro. You see it? You see the text message, bro? It's her. It's her daughter's wife. So she sent us to the private. She sent us to this man's office, knowing that he was the solid partner of this. It's just a start. So she sent us over there. Now the reason why she did this was to make now, because y'all know by now, Eggleston has a target on us. Okay, because the girl that called up there, and I had gotten to it with the vice president already at this point, so she don't like me. The church is after us, and now Ashley, the property manager, don't like us because now Ashley thinks that we did our own research and found out he was the silent partner and went to him, right, to try to push Ashley to move faster, but that's not the case. Leanne, the same girl who is about to vandalize the cars and stuff, right? And I'm gonna throw a little snippet of that, even though I already made a video of it. I'm gonna give you a little snippet of that coming up. She sent us to that office to now make it look like we are being scandalous and going behind her back and to try to make her look bad. Y'all, this is crazy. Then you can see right here, she's texting Leanne saying the property manager said it should be completed, right? And Leanne is saying, if you look at the bottom, Leanne is saying, give it some time, maybe they'll make you an offer. And it's like, what? What offer do we need? You know what I'm saying? We just want to get back into the place. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing was a setup. This is how strategic these people are. This is how my life has been. Okay? This is how the past 3-4 years have definitely been. Very manipulative. Very, you know? This is the proof. It's input. Just like all my videos, y'all. So you can see this test was right here. It's the 22nd, and we're finally, everything's gone. It's like we're finally back. Right? She's saying the contract is completed. We're good to move back in. Okay? After all this time, all it took was us going to this lawyer office. And the day that we walked in that jank, dog, all of a sudden, everything moved extremely fast. I think the lawyer didn't even know what was going on. And y'all, if y'all think that was crazy, wait until y'all, stick it out with me, bro. What you about to see is even crazier. I'm going to show you. I'm going to just throw this in there real quick. This is the 24th. Now that we're back in and we're kind of settled down, we're explaining some stuff that happened, right? It's like, the couch, we would like it professionally clean because it's full of sewage water, blah, 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 right? Brand new couch, mind you. We had just brought that couch. All the food in the refrigerator was thrown away. We would like to be reimbursed for that, right? It was a refrigerator full of food that we didn't even get to enjoy because y'all know we was just there. And we had just filled up the fridge. I thought it was working because you know it wasn't working when we had first moved in there, right? So this is us asking her for an update on the utilities and the groceries and all this stuff, right? She said she'll let us know. Okay, you can see the text message right here. Okay, that was on the second. Okay, this is the 22nd. And we're like, hey, so we're just following up again. You got to answer for us on that. Okay. And she's like, I'll let you know. Okay, this is 22nd. So 20 days after she told us she was let us know the first time. 26 rolls around. We got nothing. Okay. Then a couple more days. And she finally responds, like, I'm getting your messages. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, respond to us if you're getting the messages. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. So eventually, like I said, she ended up reimbursing us for the utilities and stuff. We didn't get the food reimbursed or the couch never got cleaned, but it is what it is. Now, y'all, this was stuff car got crazy. Okay. Now, y'all know I was at Evanston at this time. Okay. This is when Evanston had told me that they was going to send me to school. Okay. Check this out, right? This is the time I was saying they was gonna send me to school, and I signed like 3 year contract with them to work for them for 3 years. Right? They had me sign a contract first, and they said that they had already set up school for me. So they said they already had my start date and everything to go to school. Okay, so I signed the contract. They give me the information to the school. Boom. Okay, we good. I go to the school the day I'm supposed to start, and the school said they had never heard of me before. Okay, this one I had made up my mind that Eggleston was playing games with me. I already knew. But it's like, yo, y'all really playing games with me, right? This one it was confirmed to me that they were spreading lies, rumors that it was really playing with me, right? So I'm like, okay. And then this happens right here. On the 29th, we sent her this. Yo, the AC just went out. Okay. Yo, I can't. Now, to you, this may sound coincidental, but to me, I know how these people operate. This is how childish it is, right? I had just went to try to do the school thing around this time. And it didn't go for me. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, they had promised me raises and stuff because y'all know Erickson hired me $3 cheaper than what they told me, what I signed up for. Okay, so they didn't give me a raise at this point. None of that was happening. Okay, when I'm kicking out, and I'm soon I'm gonna have a video of all I work, the work I did for them, and the proof of the work, the proof of the work I did for them, because you know they lied and said that I did the work incorrectly. They was throwing so much dirt on my name, y'all. It was crazy. By this time, somebody had stole the ID out my car too. Okay, and stole the purchase card and brought some stuff on the purchase card, and then the funeral home had called Eggleston and said that my ID was buried in the graveyard. All this had occurred by this time. Okay, something else is about to occur, and I'm about to tell you about that. All right. Now she gets that taken care of fairly quickly, within like a day or two. AC was back home. Boom, no problem. Then, right, there's this house across the street from me. They have a particular vehicle, okay, that I've never seen before. Paul. Okay, Paul is the guy that asked me to come back, and when I quit, matter of fact, I'm gonna show you that message real quick. This is Paul telling me to come in and talk to them because I had just put my 2 weeks in it. Okay, so this is Paul saying, "Yo, before you leave, come and talk to us." Y'all know I never went and had a conversation with them. I just quit because it's like, no, y'all been playing with me too long. I'm not gonna let you keep playing with me. And they didn't even know I've recognized this type of stuff, right? But I did bring it up to Christian. It's in my other phone, which I can't find right now. But y'all know I'm gonna put it out there when I find the phone. And y'all know I don't be lying. Okay, I have no reason to lie. So I go to work, right? This is in like early January or late December. I go to work, right? Now I know what Paul car looked like. He got like this white uh like Jeep type car. I can't think of the name of the car, but he got a white car. It's the only car I've ever seen him drive. Ever. This particular day, Paul pulls up in this green like SUV. Now he pulled up to one of the locations that I was at, and I saw him jump out, and I looked at the car, and I was like, "Yo!" I checked the license plate because I'm very observant. Y'all, guess who? Guess who car this car was, bro? It was the lady that lived directly across the street from our townhouse. She lived in a house across the street. It was her car. He drove the lady that lived right across the street from us car to work. I text Christian. I was like, bro, does Paul live by me? So I text Christian. That's why I got the phone. I was like, does Paul live by me? He was like, no, why? I was like, because he pulled up at work. This was the following day. I was like, he pulled up at work yesterday in the car, that looked familiar to me.